Welcome to the channel. Insight number 6. How to handle our understanding. As mentioned, none of this book is meant to establish absolute understanding, that which pertains to reality/the universe itself, since there is no such understanding. Accordingly, by reading this book, we did not gain the absolute truth pertaining to the meaning of suffering, dissatisfaction, perspective, or any other term discussed within the text as standalone concepts. We understood these within the context of the book. If we proceed to decree statements such as, "I know what suffering is," we are establishing a fallacy, as we do not possess the actual absolute definition for suffering. There is no way things are. We can effectively make statements along the lines of, according to the book, suffering is. The point of structures/conceptualizations is to propagate homeostasis within us, meaning they allow us to exist in a more harmonious manner, allow us to thrive. The aim of exposing ourselves to conceptualized structures should not be for the sake of our obtaining knowledge for its own sake, aiming to find the absolute truths. Conceptualizations grant us capacities by which we are able to process our environment more effectively. It is imperative that we let go of conceptualized structures when these no longer serve us, when we have outgrown them. We ought to hold on to structures that propagate the direction we wish our life experience to move towards. We ought to let go of structures that place us in the state of dissatisfaction and that are out of alignment with the direction we wish to move our life experience toward. Otherwise, the themes of said life experience will remain those of suffering and dissatisfaction. Oftentimes, we solely hold on to these structures that no longer serve us due to our innate need to have a way things are. We need a sense of certainty. When we find ourselves not having the aforementioned, insecurity arises within us and we experience existential dread, something that is extremely uncomfortable. Notwithstanding, this is the space we must exist in, at least until we find a structure that better aligns with us. Our situation can be compared to that of the noble hermit crab changing shells. The crab is extremely vulnerable while transferring between the shells. But if it does not shed the old for the new, it will live its life in misery and discomfort. For us, it is a similar dilemma we must experience. We must face the fear of existing in the unknown, at least temporarily, so that we can advance into a new structure/conceptualization that aligns with the direction we wish for our life experience to move toward. In these moments when we are free of structures, have no shell, what we must do is simply maintain homeostasis within our being. We must think of ourselves as a power plant in which the goal is to simply maintain stability, equanimity, and harmony, to maneuver alongside the unknown. Our task switches from living in a calculated manner where conceptual structures guide but also restrict our life experience to simply living while maintaining a state of internal equanimity, unrestricted manner of living. This is a type of existence that calls for an extreme amount of courage. We are flowing in the dynamism of life at this point. We really have to trust ourselves in order to exist here. This trust comes from the experience we gained from dealing within the conceptualized structures for a prolonged period of time. An example of this can be observed in our transition from learning how to drive to eventually knowing how to drive. Initially, the rules and laws for driving, the conceptualized structures, are at the forefront of our mind. The rules are ever present and allow us to progressively gain experience driving. Without these, we would cause accidents and put ourselves as well as others in great danger. Eventually, we get to the point where we trust ourselves enough to let go of the conceptualizations and simply dedicate to driving. When this shift takes place, there is a noticeable difference in our driving. Structures/conceptualizations can be thought of as training wheels that we all need before we are able to let go into this manner of existence. We need the structures because these are what prepare us and, in a way, train us to live in this new manner. There is no rush to let go of structures if these serve us by allowing us to live closer to the state of homeostasis, where we are at peace. As mentioned, we can and do migrate from structure to structure as the hermit crab changes shells, and maybe one day we can let go of structures altogether. However, there is no rush whatsoever to reach this point. Ultimately, unlimited freedom might not be something that aligns with the direction we wish for our life experience to move toward. Note: hold on to the concepts found within this book for as long as you need to, but let go when you are ready. Do not make the insane mistake of creating a prison for yourself and others by believing this book contains the absolute truth. If you want to share, let the individual with whom you are sharing read the book and take away what they may for the purpose of achieving their own form of homeostasis. Remember, structures are designed in order to help connect the individual to the conceivable universe. Due to the vast differences among individuals, the network of associations that represent each individual, different structures work for different individuals. There is no one optimal structure/conceptualization. If we are hesitant to let go of a structure in order to dive into the unknown due to the fear of being unable to find our way back to our structure, we must not worry. This book is a structure/conceptualization that is not going anywhere. We can rely on this book as our way back if things do not work out when we eventually decide to let go. There will always be a structure waiting there to catch us as a sort of safety net. The benefit of this structure, in comparison to others, is that it continues to urge us to let go of it. It has, in a sense, self-awareness. Consequently, we do not have to be afraid of getting sucked into it unconsciously, taking it as the absolute truth, and losing our way back. Download the complete book in order to follow along from the website. The link is in both the video and the channel description. Thank you so much.